Yo, what's going on, everybody? So the following clip that you guys are about to hear is from the 5 Kage Summit podcast, episode number 2. And this time joining me on the podcast is going to be Eternal Hokage, one of the most underrated Naruto / Boruto YouTubers that we have in the community. If you have not subscribed to him, I highly recommend doing so. It's been really fun to watch him grow as a creator over the last couple of years. Now, before we get into the clip, I get this question a lot. People ask me, hey, how can I listen to the whole podcast? Do you have it somewhere else or is it just on YouTube? For right now, I only have this podcast on YouTube, but I am working on getting it onto other platforms. The other thing is, if you want to listen to the full podcast when it goes up, check the 5 Kage Summit playlist that I have in the playlist tab on my channel. Right now, only episode 1 is up, but the moment episode 2 gets finished, I'll upload the full episode 2 to that playlist on the channel. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this snippet of the podcast.
But you know what's weird to me, man? Like, okay, I remember back in the day I used to defend Boruto about this, but what would happen? I would explain this, and I would still get comments saying he disrespects Naruto, and I'd be like, okay, he's 12. He doesn't know that Naruto saved the entire world. Well, maybe he vaguely knows, but it's not really important. He's 12. Like, at that age, you can't really process all of that. You don't understand how important, the Hokage job is. Then the person would come back with the comment, he's still trash. When people form an opinion, right? Which, let's just, for the sake of the argument, I don't want to call it ignorant, but like they form an opinion, and once they get to know more about the given topic, and once they're supposed to at least slightly change it, they kind of don't want to change the opinion. They feel like it's personal. I just don't see how you can hate a 12-year-old kid for those things. And of course, this used to be a previous problem in Boruto's life, right? That's solved, but we're going chronologically, I guess. We're gonna get into different stuff. But even back then, when Boruto was starting out, I was doing all these videos, but I would still see a bunch of videos that Boruto is a horrible character, this and that. And in my opinion, that whole character arc thing with Naruto and Boruto, I personally liked it. Also, what a lot of people don't bring up, and this is what makes Boruto's character in this instance even better in my eyes, is that Boruto didn't necessarily want Naruto to be home only to spend time with him. Boruto, a lot of times, especially in the anime, showed how selfless he was. A lot of times he wanted Naruto to be there for Hinata and Himawari.
And what's so crazy about that, bro? Like, because I remember when I saw that scene in the movie theater for the movie, right? And I talked about it in my review for the movie on Kryptonian Saiyan. I said, for me, like, that scene hits so hard because you see Boruto's reaction to it, you see his family's reaction, but right after that, you see Naruto collapsing, and Naruto's like, I just screwed up. Shikamaru comes in and it's like, he doesn't know the full context, but in the novelization, Naruto looks up at his father's picture. And because I had read the novelization before I had saw the movie, I had read like probably 3/4 of the novelization. I put all those pieces together and I was just like, Naruto at that moment is still figuring out how to be a father. And what's so crazy about that relationship that a lot of people, I feel, don't take into context, it's like Naruto wasn't always Hokage while Boruto's alive. There was like a 5 or 6 year period where Naruto's not Hokage. Boruto and Himawari had, because they're only 2 years apart in age, they had Naruto to them, where Naruto, he had to attend meetings and all this other stuff, but Naruto always came home at the end of the day. And it's just like their parent just got this huge promotion. He's getting all this different money, but they got to share them with everybody else. Like, people don't take that in consideration, I feel.
The whole birthday thing with the cake, when I think, was it Naruto's shadow clone that dropped the cake?
It was a
like
shadow clone.
Yeah. Like, Boruto, like, he exploded. Like, he literally exploded, but primarily because Himawari was sad,
Yeah, because, I mean, on that, I think at that point, you either agree or you disagree. You're not going to change your mind, so...
They don't, man. They don't. Again, I think one of the reasons is because they go into the series with a negative mindset. Both Naruto and Boruto in episode 65 acknowledged that they could have done better. Naruto, despite everything, despite all the responsibilities, Still, he could have been maybe more transparent about these things.
And what's so crazy about that too is like I think it's fucking awesome. I've said it. Like I think Hokage Naruto is the best version because you see Naruto struggling with a conflict that he can't use a Rasengan and fix. Like he has to balance being Hokage and those duties and meeting with the feudal lord, and then he also has to kind of try and stay in his son's life. In the manga, you see that they built a rapport up, and I feel like if the anime would kind of show more of that rapport instead of having it where fans are saying, "Oh, Boruto doesn't suck the ramen noodle flavored dick of Naruto," and say, "Naruto, you're so fucking awesome. I'm so lucky to have you as a father." Instead, having something like how you have in the manga where Boruto is, you see Boruto and Naruto training and you see them have their squabbles, but then after they have their squabble, like when Naruto used a scientific ninja weapon tool when they were fighting each other, Boruto, after that happens, Sasuke steps in and talks to him, and Boruto walks out of there with an open mind. He doesn't agree with Naruto, but he has an open mind saying, okay, well, he's probably got a reason for this.
I agree with pretty much everything you said, man. And the thing with that whole relationship, and this is actually one of my favorite parts, when Boruto cheated, because obviously he cheated thinking that he would get attention from his father. That's such a good moment in terms of writing, because Boruto is obviously doing something that's morally wrong. It's a flaw in his character, but he does something that's morally wrong, and that's supposed to show you how deeply he cares about somehow getting Naruto's attention. And it's not even that Naruto, because in his head, because he was a kid back then, he thought that Naruto didn't want to spend time with him, that he didn't know that Naruto wasn't physically able to do it because of the Hokage duties. Yet he did something like that because of a misunderstanding. And of course, I'm never going to say that what he did in the Chunin exams was good, but I feel like this is such a basic concept. You give a character a flaw, he does something wrong, he regrets it, he matures from it, he grows, he changes.